Alright, hello everybody. This is me with Arcturian philosophy. The world is doing a very good job. And my lungs are getting better. Now, I wanted to talk to, they're junkies in London, junkies in the UK. Or they're like Western Europe and all over the place, just junkies. And a lot of you, so I'm in the same category. A lot of you have had the same thing happen, like with me, where your parent is not, you realize that your parent has been dead for a long period of time and that you've been controlled by something that's not human. Now, you might find that you can actually make friends with the entity that was controlling you, that they realize the error of their ways. Or you might find yourself in a situation where you have to literally cut yourself off from the handler. And at the same time, you might also find yourself in some sort of situation where, say you're strung out on, I'm going to focus on the junkies, because if you're on benzos, that is a really tough one. And it's specifically, I know heroin for a lot of people, it's heroin. Or pills. If you're on heroin, first, if you can't get yourself to not do heroin, sniff it. Smoke it. Something other than stick it in yourself. Something other than actually shoot up. Remember gabapentin, clonidine, baclofen, Flexeril, there's also Phenergan. I sense a lot of people are very nauseous too. What's it called? I can never quite get this right. On stand. Not even gonna try. Just gonna go find it over here. Ondansetron. But the brand name, it starts with a Z, and I can't quite remember. Generic for something or other. That's annoying. Well, ondansetron. It's a chemotherapy, anti-nausea medication, but it's given really commonly. It's usually what they give now in hospitals. Now, granted, most of you are not going to be able to go to any place like that. So this is all this stuff that I had, pills that I had stockpiled. So that's the kind of mode that you're operating in right now. Or if you're lucky, if, say, one of the controlling entities that you manage to be friends with is a doctor or controlling a doctor, then you might be able to do things that way. Also, I think for UK pots, either you have medical or, no, I don't think it's legal, but you might have medical use, or you might just be able to sneak it around and people don't care. If you can do that, just do that. Now, what happened here? Now I do not recommend this strain or whatever this is, because it's a code. The name here is Phantom Cookies. So think about that. Cookies like on a computer. Basically, there was something, I knew this before doing it, but I was told, do it anyway. One of those, ingest the thing that's supposed to do something to you, and then your system hacks into it and readjusts it somehow. That was what happened. So I don't know what exactly this stuff was supposed to do to me. Other than, it felt almost like when I first ingested it, that you could see this, more, typical classic gray-shaped head when I closed my eyes. And it was as if it was trying to suck me into it. And it just didn't work. I just sort of was like, okay, wow, you're very frightening. Hello? And they kept asking me, what are you? And then finally I figured out, wait, well, what do you mean, what? I just am. I am that I am. The what does not apply, is what I told them. I told them the what does not apply. And they're just... stunned, they don't really seem to have emotions. So, stunned is not the right word, but as if a computer was trying to process something and you ended up with the little hourglass spinning. It was kind of like that, like does not compute, something along those lines. But you can see in a bizarre way, there is a bizarre type of life or intelligence in there. Something that you call life. There is a bizarre type of life in there, and it's like it's trying to figure out what it's missing in a way, but in a bizarre, evil way. So sometimes what they'll attempt to do, I can see why Dr. Stephen Greer thinks the way he does, because they can completely mess with your memory to make you think that they've been helping you the entire time when actually they've been trying to screw with you, and you beat them. And so, see, to try and start the cycle over again, they'll try to convince you that, oh, we've been helping you the entire time, and if you somehow go along with it, you miss that, oh, you tried to enslave me at this point, and then you did this, you did that, then you did that, so that then that still gives them a foothold. Even the Yell of the house tried to do that. Someone's gonna have to tell me, what do they see in the background, and what the aura looks like and everything, because I know that there's stuff in the background around here. So they can, even the Yell almost tried to see if he could convince me that, like, oh, no, I'd been, like, predicting all of this, and I was like, no, you tried to do this, and then you did this, then you got really, really, really mad and did this, and then you said you'd never be sorry about it, and he's like, oh, yeah, you actually remember all that, whoops, crap. So it's interesting, though, when their style of mind wipe starts to not work on you. It is a very good thing. So the junkie population, that's what a lot of us are. A lot of us that are still alive are on some kind of drug, even if it's just a psych med. It could be psych meds to attempt to keep you in a kind of easily controllable state. It could be psych meds too. I mean, that's what they kept trying to do to me. I had to navigate around this place on 30 milligrams of Zyprexa, a full schizophrenic dose of the stuff. And the idea is to attempt to zombify you or something to make you easy to push around. And you have to simply say no. Also recognize that your craving to consume the substance is generally not your own. Yes, does quitting it cause cravings? Yeah, but what they do is they exacerbate them. They really heavily exacerbate them. And I know that for a fact because of going through the transmutation process. It's the other thing that you have to do right now. You'll notice, my body seems like it's doing strange things. Yes, that's because the magnetic of the planet is changing, and so your cellular structure changes with it. And you just have to not resist the changes and understand that it's kind of like True Blood. It is literally like the show True Blood, where the people become vampires, and then they're like, "Oh my God, I just got hurt," and the other vampires would tell them, "Well, okay, you're gonna heal though," and people say, "What? What do you mean?" Well, that's just how apparently things work now. So simply just do not worry about any of it. Our entire reality structure is changing around us. So other things, get in a bathtub. People seem to know this. I didn't know this when I started doing this. But being in water, we know that raises your vibration, but that also increases your conductivity for receiving positive energy or sending it. And so if you can manage to sit in the bathtub without slamming the sides, and everything, because I did it. I had to go through the whole thing, though. I was fortunate. I was on morphine and not shooting up when I had to attempt to stop in the middle of all of this. So if you can manage to wean it, if you're in a position where you can control those variables, do that. But even if you get put in a situation where you're suddenly cut off cold, Morpheus in the Matrix, it's just, or Dune, Paul in the box. It's not real. And all you have to do is strongly imagine what you want. Like, for example, in the past, people would be trying to, stop this from getting on the internet. But I've already so powerfully imagined that it's on YouTube and people are watching it, and that they're having to go through withdrawal in different kinds of capacities, or otherwise hear about it, that I know that it is there already, and that anyone who attempts to interfere with it will somehow have something happen to their computer, or it will be stopped. Because the power of the focus is so strong. So, take your focus and use it, even if that's, not being able to really move on a bed, or moving and not moving, at the same time. Also, peppermint oil, clove, wintergreen, and peppermint is what I would use to stop. What I didn't know at the time was HARP being directed at me. I did not know that ELF was being actually targeted specifically at me in the past. I thought that I had some kind of disorder. I finally figured out that using first clove, wintergreen, and peppermint on the top, peppermint as last, oil, on my arms or legs would stop the problem. Now, even if it gets hexed, let the stuff sit for a little while, but then your body will be able to still use it. You'll still be, I'm proof, because I'm still able to use it, I'm not able to consume it like I was before. And also remember that right around this time is very much when the worst symptoms can occur. So remember, you've done this before, and right now it's the most important time in your entire life. Your entire life has been waiting for this moment. So don't fall down now. As Everclear says, don't fall down now. You might never get up. Don't fall down now. That also goes for many who I know who are not human, who are totally strung out on stuff, and it's going to be even harder for them. So, first, humans. You're probably going to notice the feeling of your body changing, so focus on that type of meditative state, and you can actually decrease the severity of your own withdrawal symptoms. I noticed this back in April, before the whole not nuclear war occurred. So remember, you're going to be just fine. And at some point, I'll be talking to everyone once I figure out how to leave my body again. And so, also, Cryon sort of says this is like our Christmas present, sort of, activating the entire grid, putting everyone on the grid, at least every human possible along the grid system. It's like our Christmas present. So thank you, Cryon, for our Christmas present. Blessings to you all.